Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. We are at Perth Station, platform 5. There's the 2-car A series on the Ellenbrook line over there with the Ellenbrook Desto. 2-car. I kind of want to go in that, but whatever. It's actually quite common. And there's 6-car B coming through. What the hell? I just come into Perth and there's so many weird things happening all of a sudden. But today is Friday, June 6th, the last weekday before the Thornlie-Cockburn Line opening. And of course, that means a few things, including the Victoria Park Shuttle no longer operating anymore very soon. I mean, it's still running tomorrow, but there goes that A series. I don't know why that's running there. 2-car, so weird. Anyway, with the line opening, a lot of A series are going to be moving to the new TCL. So I don't know what's going to happen to the A series on the Yanchep Mandurah lines. I know I said this before Yanchep, but they might be gone again. I have no idea though. I'm going to take one later today. But for this video, we're going to focus on Victoria Park Shuttle. There it is with the lowercase Desto on the shuttle platform over here. Set 18 on the back. 4-car. After all this time, 18 months of this running, the nice little shuttle service is not going to be seen anymore. Let's go to the front. Hopefully it's empty. Set 33. Nice. Yep. And there's another one coming in. So I'm gonna film another full journey on the Victoria Park Shuttle, even though I know I've done this before, but knowing that it's the last time will be a nice tribute. I know it's still running tomorrow, and it will be running on Sunday, with the last service being the 12:02 a.m., which is already Monday actually. So I'm gonna take that as well. Might include it in this video.
Doors closing.
Damn it, we didn't hear the announcements. But I won't film the whole thing on that, I guess, because it's just darkness. But here, we'll do daylight filming. I mean, it's the same anyway, like the scenery, but it's just nice knowing that you're on this short shuttle, which I have been enjoying for so long, and now we're never going to see anymore. There's just gonna be Cannington shuttles instead. So let's take it all the way to Victoria Park. Now, for some reason, it seems to be running on 7-8 minutes frequency today, which is what it originally was when it got introduced. And then it got changed in like February this year to be 10-minute frequency.
Next station,
Except on stadium event days. But for some reason, it's running 7-8 today. I have no idea why. That's cool. We get to see that again. Of course, this started just after the first initial full line shutdown, when the shutdown started in November 2023, which was on the 23rd of November, a Thursday. And I did go on the very first service of the Vic Park Shuttle as well, which was at like 4:40 a.m. And the only reason I was on that was because there was that big bushfire near my house that night, so we actually had to evacuate, and we're just sleeping in our cars, quote unquote sleeping. But then it was obviously very hard to, and I was like, might as well just go. Which sounds really stupid.
Doors closing.
Oh no, there's a fire. Let's go film the first Big Park Shuttle. But it was cool to go on the very first one. And then it's just operated, but at that time it was of course skipping Perth Stadium still. The last times of skipping Perth Stadium all the way up until April 2024, when they made Perth Stadium a normal station and all the trains stopped at it. Since then, there was an event one day when there was a B series
Station, Claysbrook.
on the Victoria Park Shuttle on October 9th, 2024, as well as more recently with the TCL testing, we did see that, so I have recorded that. There have been, of course, many times when they've been skipping McIver and Claysbrook during stadium events, making it even shorter, just Stadium Burswood Vic Park. But yeah.
This is Claysbrook.
Just really the place where you can get empty trains so often. And they've been using the Stowe roads for the stadium trains to be crossing over, allowing them to get into whichever platform they want at Vic Park. There's a 2-car on the service as well, which we might not see anymore, them using those crossovers. Although there will still be Victoria Park terminating services, but from the other direction, on July 13th for the first time, they're going to have what used to be the Heritage Line shut down, but it's not really anymore because there's so many new lines. Ellenbrook Line full closure, Midland Line full closure, Airport Line Perth 2, or well, kind of full closure because they don't really run the Claremont shuttle except at night. And then TCL will be closed Perth to Victoria Park. So what the shuttle currently
Station, Perth Stadium.
is what's going to be closed. And then they'll be running from Cockburn Central to Victoria Park. And Cannington shuttles won't be running on the day either. So that's going to be so weird, terminating from Victoria Park in the other direction. Yeah. But I don't know if they'll ever close it beyond Victoria Park in this direction. It probably will happen at some point. But really, they never terminated at Victoria Park before the shutdown. And then somehow they were able to start doing that. So I don't know. Here we go, crossing the Swan River. Now, lovely view of the stadium there. Basically like one of the only reasons this had to be kept open, as well as Burswood. And we are using platform 6 at Perth Stadium, which has been happening since after one of the bigger Vic Park shutdowns in March this year. Before then we were using platform 5. Now we're on platform 6. And with the inclusion of the Byford and TCL announcements into the A-Series trains, they finally made the new destos, including Yanchep and Ellenbrook, which we just saw before, as well as Victoria Park, lowercase, even though it's uppercase the whole time until now. Literally 1 month before it's gone. Like, why? It took so long. Stopping at the empty Perth Stadium, platform 6, uselessly.
Doors closing.
Don't think anyone used it. And next is Burswood, where most people get off.
Next station, Burswood.
Now, I've actually been using this Vic Park Shuttle so much in the last few months because it's quite a cool option to get to Curtin University as well, where I have had to been going. You just go to Victoria Park and walk over to Albany Highway and you can catch the 960 from there. It's not even that far, and honestly it's like faster or the same amount of time if it's off peak. But in peak, when there's so much traffic in the city, it's actually faster, which is so good. So I used it like several times a week, just as an excuse to go here, really. Because I knew it would be gone eventually, like quite soon. Set 47 over there. And 42. I'm wondering if they're doing like continuation onto TCL again. Probably not, but I don't know why it's 7-minute frequency. There's like nothing special happening today. Trashy hut station. 4-car platform, Burswood. And that's another thing as well. With the TCL opening on stadium event days, they will actually be running express
Doors closing.
from Perth to Perth Stadium and then express to Carlisle, skipping Vic Park, which is so weird right now, being the terminus and then being skipped. Skipping Vic Park and Burswood, of course, and the other 4-car platforms, which means they could potentially, I think they're going to be running 6 cars on stadium event days. And here's the announcement: Victoria Park, where this service terminates. The whole train is completely empty again.
Station,
Victoria Park.
where this service terminates.
We might hear it on July 13th from the other direction, but this is what it's all about on the Vic Park Shuttle. Empty trains, always. Probably never going to be seen anymore. Next station, Victoria Park, where this service terminates. Now, unfortunately, we're just coming into the normal platform here, so we're not going to be crossing over, but we will be crossing over on the way out. So, well, actually, there should be 2 trains here again, because 7-minute frequency again. Coming in.
Victoria Park.
Yep.
This service
There's a 2-car.
terminates here.
Why did it stop at the front if it's a 2-car? What the hell? What are you doing? You should stop at the back. Okay. This service terminates here.
This is Victoria Park. This service terminates here.
And transverse trains on there. Okay. Get off. Imagine he just continues and I go on the TC. Nah. Here we are. The terminus for the last 18 months. There's a 908 over there as well, which won't be seen anymore. In fact, no more buses here again. It's probably just going to become a car park again, which is what it originally was. And here we have the 2-car on platform 1, about to depart. I'll just wait for this guy so we can actually depart in the wrong direction, because this will be normal. Oh, he's going. Bye-bye. There goes Perth on both sides. I don't know why these screens at Victoria Park, the camera is so bad capturing them. I don't see this at any other station. It just goes all black. And here's this stupid thing that they did. They covered up the outbound trains the usual outbound trains one, because they thought that only the to Perth would actually be relevant. But no, this just shows all the trains from platform 2. So then you can't even see the next trains. And then if you press to Perth,
train to Perth departs in 14 minutes.
it just says
The train stops all stations,
so stupid.
including Perth Stadium. The next train to Perth departs in 6 minutes.
See, and then if you press from Perth, it says that.
Stations.
And with the including Perth Stadium as well, which hopefully they'll remove now. There's the new map. Hopefully they remove that, because it's completely irrelevant with every train stopping. And a quick look outside with Duncan Street here, which is honestly probably my most walked down street anywhere in Perth now. I went down here at least like 3 times a week. There's nowhere else where I walk that often on the same street. And they've got that now. I'm so glad that I could use this regularly. The amount of times I got off here. Before the shutdown, I like almost never did. And then I went so many times, but now I'm gonna stop again, I guess, and never really get off. 905 as well, probably being removed. All normal train placement will just run as 908 if it has to go all the way. And it will most likely move back to the other side of the station, so these stands won't be seen anymore. Which it ran for the last time on Monday, the public holiday. I guess we're not gonna see it anymore. On the above date, this bus stop will no longer be active due to service changes relating to the Thornlie-Cockburn Line. Cool. Bro, they still have the full line closure from March on here. Well, anyway, there's those bus stands as well, which are not going to be seen. Victoria Park. Let's head back in and take that train departing in the wrong direction. Now, if you want to see the trains going the wrong way here, I have made another video called Victoria Park Trains at Victoria Park Stowe Road. Something like that, which I filmed all the trains leaving the wrong way, so you can see that. There's gonna be one coming in right now anyway though. Here it is, running on the wrong side. It came so quickly. It crosses over way further. Ups. Right hand track running. And arrival into Victoria Park. Won't be seen anymore. Well, I missed the announcement again, but it doesn't really matter. I recorded it in other times. And let's go departing the wrong way again. And to the crossovers.
Next station, Burswood.
Crossover again. And that's pretty much it. All the special things for the Victoria Park Shuttle. just this little farewell video to make sure it's not forgotten how we had this service for a year and a half in Perth. Such a short line, so cool. I loved it while it lasted. It's so sad to be gone. I mean, Cannington shuttles will be short, but not as short as this. No need to film all the way back into Perth now, really. It's exactly the same. And the video is already so long, but I will now transition over to opening day, Sunday 8th of June, where we will be on the final Victoria Park service departing Perth at 12:02 a.m. and then returning at 12:17 a.m. Although I'm gonna get off right here because then I'm gonna race over to Cannington Bus Interchange for seeing the last bus there as well. So I'm not actually gonna go all the way into Perth, but that's fine. So we watched that now. So I went to the very first one and the very last one.
Passengers, your next service leaves from platform 8 in 6 minutes. Underland passengers, your next service is leaving from platform 5 in 7 minutes. Passengers for the Elmbrook line, your next service departs from platform 8. This service stops all stations to Elmbrook.
Alright, we are now at Burswood after you saw that shuttle journey, and these will be the last trains on the Victoria Park Shuttle ever running, which is so funny because I was on the first trains as well, as I said before, with the fire. And now we're actually coming for the last trains. This is the third last Perth-bound train, set 27, and it's still the same sets as we're running in the TCL earlier today. But this is nothing really, so I'll just take this to Perth, and then the last normal Victoria Park train will be there. And here we are with the train that we just arrived on. Actually, I thought it was going to be a different one, but this is it. The very last Victoria Park shuttle service. After 18 months, when I was here on the first one at 4:40 a.m. Middle and Airport Ellenbrook are closed, so that's trash. The last one. Which is just crazy to think, after all this time of this being normal, running every single day all the time, it's just gone now, especially from this direction. And with the lowercase Desto, which only came in pretty recently for the very last time. I mean, unless they start doing weird shutdowns beyond Victoria Park for maintenance, which I would never see. Oh my god, someone running onto the train. Bro, it's not leaving yet. It says 2 minutes. Victoria Park Desto, please. Well, actually, the announcement's more important, but nah, I mean, okay. There's the Desto. We already heard the announcements, but anyway. Get on. One person this time. With the new maps, of course. I thought it wasn't gonna say because she already turned it on, but it actually said the announcement again. But anyway, we've already recorded it. That's not the point. It's just that we are on the last one. Mail announcer, yes. And departing. Doors closing at the central station on the last Vic Park Shuttle service after 18 months. And I was on the first one as well, so full cycle.
Actually, it was 19.
Was it? Oh, it was exactly 18 as they said it would be. I mean, like 18 and a half, but that's
It
fine.
was 19, like, how you count? 6 months this year, 12 months last year, and 1 month at the end of 2023. Actually, it was 1.5.
It's not 6 months, it's been 5 months this year.
No,
January, February, April, March, April, May, and 1 week. 5 months, 1 week, and then the whole of 12 months, 17 months
yeah,
plus
but
all
they had
December.
like 7 weeks in 2023 because they had all of this in one, as well as 3 weeks in one, as well as 3 weeks of November.
There's 1 week of November. There's 23rd of November.
What? I thought it was 10th of November. I don't know why.
Yeah. Doesn't matter how many months it's been. Just Riley with me here. So we at least have someone else on the very last service. And I guess I'm filming on yet another full trip, but okay, whatever. You see it at night, which you actually see nothing, but it's just the significance of the last one.
So the Coldplay that remember that was when the last.
Yeah, I know. It doesn't even feel that long ago. The Coldplay concert and everything after that. But after this, we will be seeing the very last bus at the old Cannington Bus Station. I mean, old, temporary during the shutdown. 12:38 a.m. 9:07, which will also be the last 9:07 to run from the city for now. Well, unless they keep they might even keep 9:08 for that section as well.
This is quite
So far, still got typical Vic Park Shuttle patronage, one person in the whole set. Of course, with these ads now, no longer the ads. Remember the ads that said Armadale Line shutdown starting? Can't believe it's been so long already. Bro, why did it say that twice?
doors closing. Next station, Perth Stadium.
The weird announcement, next station, Perth Stadium. So weird. Lovely empty carriage. Set 15 here, doing the service. Didn't even, what was the other one? 27, I think. Wonder what the first one was, I forgot that as well. Go check on my video what the first ones were.
I can cross the 50. 27.
Yes, that was correct. And crossing the bridge.
What's wrong with the stadium? It's got that one
I don't know. Weird lighting in the stadium. Platform 6 at Perth Stadium, which wasn't what the original Vic Park trains did. Doors on the right. I actually can't believe this is my last time on this cute little shuttle. Like, I used it so many times. was so cool, and now it's just gone after today. And there's the second last Perth-bound one. This one will just do the last Perth-bound one, 12:17. We're not going to go all the way into Perth though, as I said, because there's nothing to see and I need to get to Cannington.
This is Perth Stadium.
And the Ellenbrook line trains, which are actually parked here overnight. You can see them at the stadium at midnight because why would they? I mean, because there's no space at Claysbrook, so. It is already June 9th, of course. This 12:02 a.m. service.
This is Perth Stadium. Doors closing.
That's the whole reason I went on the first train, because of the fire.
Mark's house is burning down.
If that fire didn't happen, I wouldn't have gone on the first Vic Park train because I would have said too early 4:40. But then because we were not sleeping anyway, I went on it. So thank you, fire, for allowing me to complete this full cycle to in 2025, even though that was 2023.
I'm locked down.
Imagine it's the same consistent, probably isn't.
Locked up.
Next station.
We're checking what the first Vic Park train was.
Oh, 03.
Set 3 and
Well, they booked it up. In 04.
3 and 4 was in the first Vic Park train. Now we have 15 and 27 on the last. And coming into Burswood. We already went past the stadium now. Actually, we need to tag off at Vic Park so we don't get default fare. And also, we will be seeing the very last 9:08 service, which is departing Vic Park, connecting with this train at 12:17 a.m. We'll see it out the window. Completely useless for most of today because the trains were running, but right now it can still be used. Now, obviously, I could ride that to Cannington and then try to get the bus from there, but then I wouldn't be able to get back, so.
This is Burswood.
Actually, I should have just gone to Cannington like way earlier, and then I could have ridden it.
Doors closing.
I'm stupid. No, I mean, but then I wouldn't go on the Perth-bound Vic Park, so. And now, in at least one direction here, we will be going the wrong way, so that's not going to be seen anymore. I don't know which platform we're going to go to, though. And we'll hear the announcement for, actually not for the final time, because on July 13th, they'll actually be terminating at Victoria Park from the other direction, so they're probably going to use it then, but other than that. Why are we going so slow?
Next station, Victoria Park, where this service terminates.
Seriously? Anyway, that was the announcement. What the hell? Bro. What is happening? We're basically stopping. What do you mean? We are the last train of the day. There's literally no trains on the network. What are we doing? What is the speed? Terrible. Well, luckily, hopefully, this is the last train back. So imagine it's another last Thornlie train situation where the last train back was a different train. And then you get there late and you miss it. Nah, that shouldn't happen. That was crazy. Now that kind of feels pointless because Thornlie actually looks way more similar than I thought it would. Anyway, here we go, crossing over. So we will be going wrong this way, which actually means the Perth-bound train will be completely normal. So it's a bit stupid, but whatever. Crossing over. And we are in the sliding or whatever Stowe Road and crossing over for the second time onto the wrong side, which will never be done again over here, or not unless they do shut down, as I said, but in normal operation. And into Victoria Park Station on the right hand side, right hand track running. For the final time.
This is Victoria Park. This service terminates here.
Terminates here. And there it is, 12:13 a.m. at Victoria Park Station. And we should see the last 908 over here. Let's see which bus is operating it. Yep. Can't even see 3450 on the last ever 908. The most useless shutdown route. So bad.
It's not very fun to be.
Here we go, Victoria Park. And actually we can get a shot of both the Victoria Park train and the 908 together. Well, so I actually just got charged. I didn't know that the free Sunday thing doesn't apply to the last services.
Victoria Park to Perth, stopping at all stations, including Perth Station.
I didn't know that's so dumb. Like, this is still Sunday services. It should be free, but just because it's midnight now, oh no. And also, like, we tagged on at like 11:40 something. So we literally tagged on before it was Monday and it still charged us. What the hell? And that's on my brand new TCL Smart Rider, which I didn't show you. Now it's in negative balance. Great. And anyway, here we are departing Victoria Park. And the last 908 is leaving with the rail car security behind it as well. Terrible shots because my phone is terrible through the window. Oh my god, it's so bad. Well, anyway, 3450 doing the service, and the last Vic Park shuttle departing Victoria Park. Time to race that bus to Cannington, see who gets there first. Nah, probably the bus, but that's not the last one. There's a 907 8 minutes behind it.
Station, Perth.
And Beresford, I have to get off again. And actually it's gonna charge me again because that was the 2-section fare. Now that we did another trip, it's gonna make 1 zone fare. I don't know, I wasn't thinking, now I realize. The last Vic Park shuttle service. 99 cents for a 1-stop journey. So stupid. Especially because that's standard fares. Bye. No, yeah. I know it's only $3, but if it's a negative balance, it means I can never use it on a Sunday, so. And with the new sign to Cannington / Thornlie-Cockburn on there. Thank you for your service, Vic Park Shuttle. Goodbye. All right, we're now at the temporary Cannington Bus Station after all these 18 months as well of being used. All of the bus stops now have the yellow sticker on them, no longer in use. But actually, I saw a new sign right there. It says transport parking. What? They're actually turning it into a temporary car park now for Cannington's train station, which is so far away, which is so stupid. You have to walk all the way there if you park your car here. Which I think that's also just temporary because they haven't actually finished anything at Cannington. And then after that, it's supposed to become apartments as leased by the government to allow for that to happen on this government land. But for the moment, I actually didn't know that. But there's brand new signs there. I'll show you them in a moment. And there's a sign of transport parking at the front, which is so weird. But it's gonna come in right now. The last 908 just terminated a few minutes ago, and the last 907, which is also the last 907 to run from Perth, should be around the corner. And stupidly looping the whole bus interchange at midnight because the stand is on that side, as we know. And then there'll be no more buses here, and they'll be using the big new Cannington Bus Station. There it is, the last bus at the Cannington temporary bus interchange. So ridiculous coming here right now. Coming in via Cannington Station. Bro, it's an Arctic. What the hell? It's an Arctic. Why is there an Arctic on the last 907? It's gonna be freaking empty. 31, 36. This is just like how they started with the 907s. They're like all Arctics. Good way to finish, I guess. It has to loop all the way around. What the hell is it an Arctic? So stupid. Driving through. I mean, at least it looks better. Like this. And it has to loop to the other side because of the stupid stand allocation that they never ever changed. So that's good for our shots. Stopping. And no one used it here, so all the way around. Racing the last bus through the Cannington Bus Interchange. Bus station. And goodbye. Never to be used again. Oh, the railway patrol are actually following it. Yeah. All the way, as if it's a bus. Train. Bus. Train. That's what they've been doing, actually, following it. Like the train guards, they're following train replacement, which is so weird. I thought they're actually here to close the station, but nope, they're not closing it. There's literally no one here. And here we are. Oh, there's so many bikes still in the bike shelter. Go away, please. Take your bikes away. They've covered all this up, all the wayfinding signs. I don't know why it says in all the stands they weren't in use. That's obviously correct. But I don't know why it said 8th of June, not in use. Were they planning to close that side off early? And they didn't. But anyway, just a desolate and empty Cannington bus station. Actually, I never used the toilet here. Should I use it now? It's okay. And of course, the ticket machine at the bus station, which was only seen here. Riley, do you want to buy the last ticket? It still has the free travel as well from, what is that, the first one, spend this summer. I can't believe you can actually buy a ticket here. Well, you get the cheapest thing. Oh, yes. Bro, $1.10. No, wait, can't you get students? It's Monday now. If I got charged, I should be able to get a student one. Bro, that's so stupid. If I got charged for it being a Monday, I should also be able to buy a student's thing. But I can't. It's so dumb. There we go. Printing the tickets.
Mark, you should steal the ticket machine.
The very last. Oh,
It's just
I
Cannington
thought it said
Station,
bus
Mark.
station.
Why would it say bus station?
No, because it
I
was.
just wasted $1, Mark.
I'll give it back to you. Well, still.
You never get that $3
This-
back from transfer. You give $3. It let us tag on with like the negative
Yeah.
balance as well.
Yeah, what the hell? Bro, why is it just I thought it said Cannington Bus Station. Well, whatever.
Mark, you should just
And also on here, yeah, it was actually separated. Well, I guess it's time to take these.
come home with me now.
I don't want to actually say that, but yeah. Wait, it's wrong anyway. What do you? 208 doesn't even go at the back. What the hell? 208 doesn't even go there. This is so old. 208 goes on the main road, 508 goes at the back. When was this even updated? They changed that like with Ellenbrook. Has this not been updated?
Probably not.
No, it has. Second effect. Idiot. 208 doesn't go after Ellenbrook at the back. And it says Perth Stadium special event still as well. How many mistakes can you find? So stupid. Why do they always make mistakes? Yep, here's another one. 100 going on Hayman Road. It literally goes on University Boulevard. What the hell?
It never even went on Hayman.
I know.
Did it?
It never...
What about 37? No, 37's not on here.
36 is... I mean, that's obviously wrong as well. The new thing's like at the station. Anyway, there's too many mistakes on this. What the hell?
This really sucks. Mark doesn't even want to take it home.
Yes, because there's mistakes.
Let's go reprint the sign himself.
Gosh, it's so bad. Well, bye.